Hey, this is Mass X with a brand new Bleach Eternal Soul video. Yeah, Eternal Soul. Why am I even talking about this? Well, we got some good news. Well, at least in my opinion. Bleach Eternal Soul is basically ending service April 29th. What does that mean? Well, generally, in what I have not liked about all the incarnations of this game, in particular Bleach Immortal Soul, which is the same game, basically, this game has continued for years, multiple years, with no new content. Why do companies do that? Well, even though it's not illegal, it's unethical in my opinion. What they do is they leave a game open. All they do is they cut out every cost possible, but the bare minimum, which is basically going to be your minimalistic servers and somebody to occasionally update the game, keep an eye on it, yada yada yada. And they do that to try to get more money. And as soon as the game no longer brings in enough revenue, okay, to cover the costs, or it gets close enough to where they're not making anything, then they close service. And they've been able to pull this off for years now. You know, they're not making crazy money. The average, I track this stuff monthly, is for Bleach Immortal Soul like 20 to 30k at best. But Bleach External Soul was getting underneath the 10k amount consistently, which probably doesn't cover server costs. So they finally have made the choice to shut it down. So yes, Bleach Eternal Soul is shutting down. They gave the OS announcement in various areas. This is from the Facebook page. But what does that mean for Bleach Immortal Soul? Well, like I said, Bleach Immortal Soul has been generating more income than Eternal Soul. For last month, for instance, it had 30k revenue, okay? So it's still about 20k higher than Eternal Soul was. Sadly, people are still logging in, still downloading the game, not a lot, 6k downloads, and putting some money into the game. When that starts to dip, in my opinion, probably under 10k, is when you're going to also see a similar announcement come, but they're going to milk this for as long as they can. So shame on you, company, for the people that are unknowledgeable when they come into the game, not knowing that there's never going to be any new content. And like, as you can see here, last update was 2 months ago, and that will lay money that last update was one of a handful of things. One, they either merged some servers to cut down on the server cost. They either added an event 2 months ago, would have been around Christmas time, Thanksgiving, so they probably added the winter event then, which is just a rerun. And you won't see another update up here until they need to do something maintenance wise or add a rerun event. But they do this to just try to milk the player base and new players for some money to keep making something on the game. I loved this game. It's what got me started on YouTube, because there really wasn't anybody doing content when I started, and it was a solid game. I really enjoyed it, but they outright made misrepresentations to the community, so I finally left. And then of course they never did anything about it. Story stopped, anything new stopped. It was basically a farce, so I couldn't support them any longer. But Bleach Immortal Soul will continue as long as it makes more money to cover costs and enough in their pocket that it's worth it staying open. But the end is coming, okay? It's going to continue to just drop and drop and drop, and an EOS from Eternal Soul is not going to be great press for Bleach Immortal Soul, and it may have a domino effect. And if it does, and the revenue continues to fall, and there's downloads continue to fall, then yes, it would not shock me if this game Immortal Soul went to EOS before the end of the year, given all this. But only time will tell on that. But just know, if you do play Eternal Soul, it is shutting down April 29th, 11 a.m. And you Immortal Soul players, be careful. And please always share as much information as you can to players, especially new players, about this game and the fact that there will be no new content and that nothing is being done by the developers. They are just basically letting it ride as long as they can to make a few bucks before they finally close it down. So kudos, Eternal Soul, for you giving your EOS notice, and fingers crossed Immortal Soul has the same thing happen this year, because it needs to happen. And any game developer, in my opinion, if they are not publicly, routinely stating that to their player base, be it on their Discord, their official pages, that no new content will continue, then I think it's kind of shady practice. So with that, as always, please like and subscribe. It helps a lot. Have a great day.